Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. My headset's been doing some strange things this morning. Hi, everyone. I'm jumping all over. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Aloha, Kimberly. Ah, well, I'm trying to wake you up, Vesper. Oh my gosh. Hey, everyone. Well, look at that. Nighttime. Okay, well, good evening to you. Oh, thank you, everybody, for confirming you can hear me. I appreciate that. Although the music's loud, but that's to wake some of you up. All right, all right. Let me make sure all my sounds are off on my phone, notifications, and all that fun stuff. You know how that is. Okay, so hello, everyone. Welcome to Sussex Saturday. I would say to anyone in the clouds, welcome. Don't need to be afraid. You can pop in and say hello and all that good stuff. Um, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. If you're able to share out, I want to get out to as many people as possible. Those that are mods, be on the lookout for, those favorite little trolls that like to come in and drop the odd comments. And there might be some other trolls that pop in given the subject matter. So just be on the lookout. I'm glad it woke you up. I needed, I had a restless night, so to speak, my stomach. And of course, I start thinking the worst things. I have the sniffles. I'm just like, oh, please. I have not been anywhere. But anyway, yes. But well, it is the luck of the draw. I mean, you never know, Anna. So, hi, everyone. I'll get lost in the comments. I'm just going to say hi. Hello. Please don't be insulted if I don't call out your name specifically. But I do want to get into the content, which, most of you are here for. You've all pretty much, if you're in squad, you know about it, that it's called Cause Some Ripples. And I guess the haters are all thinking one thing, and we, of course, in squad are like, get over yourselves. But yeah, it happens. It happens. I hope he hasn't. Vespa, I hope he really hasn't. Like, phew, yeah. So I am going to be taking a nap. Rare for me in the middle of the day. Hopefully. I say that now, and then I'll probably be, you know, hyped from talking to you all. So, oh no, really, Sylvia? Oh. Well, actually, I'm glad that you are able to be on with us because, that's a good sign in itself. I hate to hear that you had it. And just continued prayers that you continue to recover. Oh my, maybe it wasn't just me. Well, I know I had some medium salsa, and then I had could have been the 3 soft tacos that I I had with the salsa and some chips. That probably was like my stomach was like, "My gut, no, not doing that." Hello, thank you, Black Queen, very much. Thank you very, very much for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Okay, so this is how I get behind because I get in there and I start yapping it up with you all, and I get so far behind in the comments. Okay, so hi, welcome, 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 welcome. Happy New Year to those that may not have been here last week. Happy New Year to you. Ah, I'm glad. Someone did ask about you, and I'm like, I thought I saw Sylvia, but I guess we didn't see you last week. But I'm glad you are on the other side of it and are feeling better and then well enough to join us for the chat. Hey, let me see your transcript. Hi. Well, imagine me. Yeah, I hope to be able to take a nap, put it that way. I've had a rough week with sleep just with my dad, but then last night it was my own body doing me in. But okay, every time I click away from comments, more pop in, and I'm happy to see that. But yeah, okay, let's see here. Let me click off of that. Oh, yeah, yeah, everybody is susceptible in a sense, whether you're jabbed or not, and we're not going to debate that. But yeah, I'm just praying that we all stay. I'm just going to throw out my disclaimer for copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Hmm. Which one I will do today? Okay. Each of us can change our communities. All of us can change the world. It's one of my favorite quotes of Harry and Meghan. I'm going to put this up, but I do want to get into the content. First and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to Sidney Poitier, who was a monumental actor. And I think one of my favorite movies, he has many, but one of my favorite is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I was much older when I realized the theme of that movie, and the timing of it when it was released was monumental. So I do he's great humanitarian. He will be missed. And yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay. Let me just pop back into the comments really quickly if I can find where I might have been, but it's never I think I was in this area for the comments. Oh yeah, to all those that were in the path of the storm. Ooh, I don't miss it at all. I chewed on some Tums last night before I went to bed. I think that helped a great deal, but yeah. Yes, she is. Let me see your transcript. Let me get into that. As we all know, because the haters only read part of the statement and went to run on all the different articles and all that other stuff. All right. Well, thank you, Audrey. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful evening, rest of your evening, and enjoy your dinner. So, yeah, it was a surprise. And I guess, you always hear about them going in threes, and it just kind of takes your breath away. I mean, he's lived a long life, but still, I guess it makes us all reflect back to our childhood and our young adulthood, just growing up and watching his movies and all that. Yes. Let's do it again. Yeah, man. Just the music from those movies. Oh, please. I'm gonna get all worked up. Yes, yes, yes. Um, oh, yeah. Hey, Four Corners. Just happened to see your name pop up. Just the versatility. He always had that calming factor about him. Maybe it's just me, but it didn't matter the role. It was just seemed to be this calming factor. I don't know. I guess that makes a great actor. We really have. Yes, Angela, that is so true. It comes in threes. I remember when I was younger and I would hear my grandmother say that. And when you're much younger and you look at the elders or your grandparents, you're like, what are you talking about? And then you get older and you start like, oh my gosh, that is true. But yeah, there's 2022 has just started off, and that's all I can say. 2022 has started off. To Sir with Love, yes. Have to get out there and watch all of that. Watch some of those movies. I'm sure a lot of the um, cable or streaming services will probably air a lot of his movies in the coming. Okay, so as the subject is, and I need to get to it, the mail on Sunday finally paid Meghan. So what was reported is that and it seemed to be the running thing, everyone stuck to the £1 that she received for the privacy. But they just skipped over the whole aspect that there's an undisclosed or confidential amount that is substantial that she received for the copyright side of it. Now, she's going to be donating, per what they're saying, to charity. This is from a spokesperson from her. And, so be it. Her settlement, she can do what she wishes. And I'm just glad that they paid up, basically. The storylines on the $1 and the haters were losing their minds and laughing it up and ha ha ha. And I do have a little bit of that in my trash time here. It's like, she's ridiculed on Twitter as she wins $1.40 in damages. Um, yeah, you all need to learn how to read or comprehend news stories when they are paid. Even this, I just had to laugh because it was just like, oh, okay, so you really think that's all she won? She won, and we knew that it was a two-piece, like the settlement was in two parts. One the privacy, one the copyright. We knew that back when she won initially before their appeal. But yeah, it seems that they're losing their ever-loving minds, and I I don't know. What can you say? What more can you say? It's just they really just kinda go for it. Now, I mean, even The Guardian here, she'll receive just £1, but again, it's for the privacy. And most people stop reading at that point because, again, it does state will pay an additional unspecified sum for infringement of her copyright. All I can say to the charity or charities that will receive this, they'll be blessed. She's doing what she always does, and that is to give back. And that obviously tells you that she didn't want any of that filthy money anyway, so from them. But hooray, hurrah. I see that they did uphold, I believe this is today's paper, in having, again, mind you, The headline really should be where the PM vandals can't change our history. That's really where Megan 1 should be, but we're getting a little bigger in the font and all of that stuff. So they did have it on their front page. And I believe there has to be, is it a week's worth of papers or is it, I'm not sure of the timing of each article, but I believe they have to do it for several moments or several weeks or whatever it is. So I'm going to jump back into the comments really quickly just to see where you all are saying. And let me see if I can find where I might have been. um, oh, and there's a troll. I'll zap them. Let me see if I can get to them. Yeah, block user. Okay. Oh, somebody must have got them already. Hi, hi to everyone that's come in. Hey, Larry, how are you? Yeah, I mean, they could only hold out but so long, Church Nelly, before they had to pay. They made it seem like, yeah, yeah, she won this lawsuit, but it's no biggie. Oh, it's biggie. And I'm sure I know for again, privacy reasons, the amount received is confidential. From Megan's standpoint, I know that paper and the lord that owns it doesn't want to disclose exactly how much they forked over to her for infringing her copyright. So, you know, she deserved to basically, their doors should be shuttered for all the crap that they've done and said and written about her. So, it might have been Black Queen. It might have been. Um, Even from that movie became the show and all that other stuff. But yeah. I hope he saved up a good he put all that he had into that slap too. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm moving along because we're talking about uh yeah, everybody masks. Yes. The symbolic $1, hey, that can hurt them too, because it costs more in fees to write a check for such a tiny amount. But that one that they wrote for that copyright, oh yeah, that's breaking the bank. Yep, and they had to pay her legal fees and et cetera and et cetera. Ah, I just hope that we see a few more headlines. So yeah. Well, they do, but of course it depends on what headlines they're reading. If it's the tabloids, of course they ran with the dollar and oh, it is what it is. It gets a little on the crazy side, so you just have to kind of go with it and be like, "Oh, all right, you all are loony." It's not a good sign. Mm, that's something we won't know. Um, Being that I hope the amount that may have been asked for, because she asked for an accounting, so it was basically what did they make on all the articles written regarding that letter. And, yeah, she got a sizable amount, believe you me, because they were all eating well over there. So they infringed her copyright in the UK. A writer of a letter or any type of correspondence owns the copyright to that, and permission must be given by them, him, her, to release said um, correspondence. And that was not done. Her father gave it to the tabloids, who then printed segments of it. not the full thing, segments of it, and then painted her in such a bad light, but they did not have her permission, and that is how they infringed her copyright. Laws in different countries. It's amazing. 'Cause I think here in the US, it would be so hard to prove, but yes. Yep. Guess who's coming to dinner? It just it has a lot of meaning in that movie, and, you figure even at the time that it was released, people were not too pleased, um, especially to see a white woman and a black man in any type of close, intimate contact. Yeah, that was just not heard of. Got into a fight with a troll? What? Not you, Elaine. No, that had to been something special. "Hey there." That had to be something really special. Well, I mean, if the troll's here, hi, come on out. I don't know about round 2, but yeah, definitely please hit thumbs up if you have not already, even those in the cloud. Nobody will know. Alright. Take care, Valerie. You be well. Well, I hope it hurts their paper. I hope it really shuts down, but it's a tabloid. I mean, how much is it gonna hurt them? People really. They really are. They're running with that £1 settlement like that's all she got, and it's like, are you that, like, dense, people? Ugh. Well, we call them entertainment channels, but they're tabloids too. Of course, they're only gonna go with the sensational side and not the other end of it, so it is what it is. We know better, and we can keep pushing back. Well, it's laughable. To me, it now they can try to clean it up, or they can try to have some type of interaction with her. She might tell him, "Hey, remember those dollar articles, headlines that you wrote?" Yeah. So, she, she knows what she's doing. Her attorneys are very good, and they're doing the most for her, and that's all we can hope for and wish for, and I'm glad she's out of the nest of snakes, and, I saw an article, and I do have it. I don't think I saved it though, that the royal family, per the accounting, received almost $86 million last year, or between, yeah, 2020 21 accounting year. They can't say it has anything to do with Harry or Meghan because they weren't on the books. So, and they never were on the books, surprisingly, even when they lived in the UK. Yeah. You wish they would learn, Joan, like, just stop, but they just won't. They just won't. Um, because you have to look at who the owners are of these networks or these shows, and yeah, all roads lead back to, all those so-called billionaires rubbing elbows and everything else. Mary Mann. Well, I thank you and I appreciate you for listening in the background. Mm. Oh, and forgive me. Hey, Mrs. S, channel member. I'm a little out of it, but it just dawned on me to appropriately say hello to you as a channel member. I will say that in the coming weeks, there's going to be something really good happening, but it will be a members only chat at the time when it does occur. I'm just throwing that out there, and there will be where I put up on the chat that you would have to be a member at least 7 days prior before you to even participate. But I'm just saying, um, yeah, he does pay attention. I'm sure Megan knows. I mean, You have to stay on top of some of the stuff. She's not so bothered by it, and, if running with a story of $1 makes them happy, so be it. You have to understand her attorney's fees, which were much more than $1, and the paper paid that. Common sense. The settlement on one, and it's a symbolic settlement, and it's done for a reason, because that is humiliating, not for her part, for them. Yeah, you're writing a check? Come on now, because that other one is huge. We can all speculate, but, we know the deal. We know the deal. Alright, let me see what else. Oh, I don't know if Connie is here, but this was my screensaver picture that came up, and I just every time I see it, I'm like, "Connie, Squaddie." If she's not out here, maybe she'll pop in later, but isn't that pretty? It's so picturesque. I'm like, "Oh, I love that." Alright, let's see. I'm gonna jump into some more trash time. So I already showed this one where they're saying Megan was ridiculed. I didn't see anything on Twitter, but I rarely go looking for it. I noticed that a lot of the hashtags, we had Squad had, Megan won again, and the haters were having Megan is a liar going, or Meghan Markle is a liar going. So this person here, I don't know the one in the name that's in pink. I'm gonna say Petro. That's just how I remember names somewhat, but she needs to get a life, and she needs to take Megan out of her. Megan has a lot of real estate in this person's head. So, in order to kind of prop up the future queen consort, she had to write this headline. That article, I didn't even read it. I just saw this headline and I was like, really? Hmm. So you do know anything about the wicked witches? You would, yeah. Mm. Glinda was a mother Hubbard, okay? That's not the words I want to use, but Glinda was no joke. So you trying to prop up your future future queen consort as Glinda, that's laughable. Okay. But that's one of the headlines. Let me see. Yeah, this I saw and just was like, okay, something's going to come about those bullying allegations. So I'm just saying. I did see this. This is again part of the trash time. And it was saying about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's charity raised less money in 2020. Um, do people realize when that charity began? Again, here we go with trying to spin an angle and make it seem as if there's something nefarious going on. If they made their announcement, and exactly 2 years ago today, their announcement was made that they were stepping back as senior working royals. 2 years ago today. So they didn't break free technically until April, but yet it was supposed to have raised so much money. People have no idea how things really work when it comes to charities or foundations. And then we have this crazy stuff. Again, they have to use Megan's name even to kind of boost the future queen consort. Really? I thought guest editing magazines was not royal, but now it is suddenly. Hmm. And the future, yeah, well, hmm, I have no words. I do, but I won't. And I need to discuss this with everybody. I don't know if any of you have, I want to thank Max V for putting me onto this. If any of you have heard this year-end wrap that did have Megan mentioned. So I'm going to try to bring it up. Let me just get to, because it's only for a hot few seconds, and I don't want to play the entire copyright. Copyright. Okay. Uh, let me let me let me drop this back some. All right. I have to get it to the point where okay, because it's really quick, but I want you to all. There's a video that goes with this that I refuse to play, but it was just saying, Meghan Markle was speaking the truth, but all I heard is that they're treating me like I'm black. Do we have to go through this again on how Meghan identifies? She doesn't identify as white. I just need to state that. It doesn't matter whom she's married to. She doesn't identify as white. Okay. I'll try to have the link in the description. I don't think I put it in yet, but and I'll give you the timestamp of where to go. Like it is literally 2 seconds, if that, of that's wrap. That's for the year-end wrap up. But everybody's talking about Megan, but they're irrelevant. Isn't that something? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, I'm not gonna be able to find my spot. So, hey Lydia, channel member. Hello, hello. Hey Kay, channel member. Um, let's see. What did she do? Oh, oh, really? Mm. He's had many, so I don't know. Like, yeah. Oh, really? Why is it that they seem to have certain pigment of women that they go after? I'm just saying. Okay. Rosa, hello. That was really the content. So I'm going to hang out in the chat with you all for a little bit. Well, hate will make you age too. When you're trying to keep up with a philandering mate, that'll age you too. Yeah, she's getting exactly what yeah. I don't feel sorry for her. She wanted that life. She got that life. Let her live a long time waiting again. What did they call her? Waity Katie? Let her keep on waiting. I hope it's another 30, 40 years, mind you. How old is her father-in-law? Could happen. They seem to live a long life when you don't really work and you just chill out and, you have whatever you want to eat and you're wasteful and all that stuff. Oh, she's she's an interesting looking person, I'll just say that. Seen llamas? Yeah, she reminds me of that. Why is it always the ones that look crazy seem to really have it in for Megan? I guess jealousy, huh? Lydia, I would love it. Maybe one day he will, who knows? I think they were trying to say he was Harry. I saw him tweet something and I'm like, "What?" So yeah, the haters believe he's Harry and I'm like, Harry has several hats that he wears, with Better Up and being a husband and dad and prince and duke and all that stuff, but he's not Chris Boozy. He's just not. That's just not him. So bingo, C Mac. uh, I I just laugh. I'm like, it's not a matter to me. It's not a matter of what the foundation is bringing in or collected, it's what impact have they been doing in the community that speaks much bigger than the monies. And they have partnered with a lot of different companies, et cetera. So they've done a lot since their inception or their quote go live moment in a sense. So yeah. Black Queen, really? Y'all. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, why do they call him Love Child? I don't get, when it's a certain group of society, it's a love child. But when it's other people, they call them all kinds of names. You know, it's that extra child. It ain't a love child. Believe you me. Ah, you. Mm. Oh yeah, I bet it is freezing. I bet it is freezing. Whew. Oh, Church Nelly. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't it's just you have to read between the lines for the headlines. Whenever you see a headline and it's just typing in her name and then you watch all the craziness fall out and I just look at the stories and I'm like, "Okay, why is this person popping up? Why do they show this person under the family? Why do it's just craziness." So, well, they know that some are. They have melted many minds. The fail has melted many, many minds. So, yeah, that's true, and they don't read the story, it's like the headline, and then they run off, and I didn't even check to see if Squad was hitting back in a sense of just pushing back at some of the crazy on Twitter, but more than likely, we shoulda just been laughing, like, "Are you that serious? Are you, like, that crazy that you know?" It's true, and that's sad. I think, Petro Petroleum, whatever you want her call her, whatever her name is, Petunia. Um, I think that the future has a birthday coming up, and that's what they're trying to, get her all, oh, look at her at 40. Well, once she has her Botox, allegedly, I'm sure she'll look all refreshed. But yeah, they really can't help adding Megan's name in there. And it's like, why are you discussing her? You said 2 years ago when they left that you would no longer be discussing them, you would no longer be covering them. And their name still is in headlines. And it's like, I just can't. Mm, just craziness. Nelly, you have never lied on that one. Hmm. Well, most people realize, oh, wow, we can get ahead by saying this, but which I do. I'll do a side eye and I'll just watch to see because we have been burned in the past on immediately jumping to support somebody. And then as soon as they have support and they're like, yeah, I got this, they're going to spend their money with me and blah, 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 blah. Then they come out and say something and we're all like, yeah, not so fast, buckaroo, not so fast. That's not happening here. So, yeah. Well, I mean, it seems that way. It really does. Exactly. It was 2 years ago today that that announcement hit the airwaves, and we were celebrating, and in fact, I actually went on the panel with Tina and Michelle. I was so, like, outdone and so overjoyed. I couldn't even believe what I was reading, like, "They're stepping back. Oh my gosh, they've had enough." We had although we kinda thought maybe there was a lot going on, especially since the South African tour had ended and we saw Megan on TV, and you can see that she was truly not herself. But since learning in the last year exactly what the world was happening, woo, jeez, mm, it's nothing better than to be like they're out of there. And now that green outfit with the cape going into that cathedral at that last event engagement, woo, powerful. But she's had, I will say, okay, she's had 20 years to be relevant. Hear me out. She waited, dated, whatever you want to call it, because they lived together even before they got married. Um, that she could have made some impact. She could have gotten involved. She could have, had a little charity, something. I'm surprised, Mommy Dearest didn't set something up for her so that she would have little accolades coming into the family. Oh, look at this. Look what she's done. Hey, hey, hey. Married over 10 years, and, you know, her job really was to to have children, which she did. But again, she should have, any smart woman, that you really want to have some relevance, that you don't need to tear down other people. You go out there and make a name for yourself. Diana didn't wait on them. She finally found a footing, and Diana did, and broke many barriers, and, is revered to this day. But, you just have children, and then you have staff that takes care of them, and you travel, and travel by your helicopter or whatever, and you have, when you stay or go away, you stay at the best places and all that stuff. So 20 years we still are waiting for her to find herself, but then every year there's headlines on her coming into her own. How much coming into her own can one person do? Truly, she should have came into her own prior to even getting married. But if she hasn't come into her own and now she's 40, she ain't never come into her own. That is not happening. Megan was um, I want to say full-fledged woman, but she was someone who knew herself. She was involved in the community. She was known, hence why they could not destroy her like they wanted to. Just because you may not have heard of her does not mean she wasn't known. Okay. Uh, she was. I think I got a screenshot of it. I don't think I saved it on StreamYard though, but she was getting dragged. Squad was dragging her. Some blue checks on Twitter were dragging her, and many were just like, "Why?" And even today, I saw a couple of tweets just saying, when you have to tear down somebody in order to prop someone up, that person you're trying to prop looks worse. So, yeah. Well, that's her name. She likes to wear it. Yes, I did see the picture of his 4 children, I believe it was, together. I was gonna share that. Yeah. Anyway, I just leave that alone. Um, oh, the Ice Queen, is that what she's gonna be called? Yeah. He's 73? Okay, thank y'all for keeping me honest on his age. She is beautiful. And in the interviews that she has done, she doesn't that's not what she wants to be remembered by, or she even has, you could see, feels a little uncomfortable when there's been interviewers who kind of focus on that, because it's much more to her. So I think that makes her even more beautiful, is that the outside. Beautiful on the inside, and it exudes to the outside. So yeah. He does have swag. The beard, we talked about that last week. It's that beard. When he grew that beard, it was a wrap. I don't know why someone's gonna be after her. Excuse me, her attorneys, but good luck with that. Good luck with that, because my understanding she was with the top firm. Oh, please. I did see an article that was saying how Charles was extending an olive branch to Harry and whatever. Whatever. Hey, Puffalo. Puffalo, how you doing? Oh my goodness. Y'all must be talking, I'm guessing about Charles. I don't know. Yes. Yes, we did hear about that. I think I saved it somewhere. See, if I don't immediately put it in a folder for like the live, yeah, it's somewhere on my phone and it's going to be me searching through 20,000 pictures trying to find the screenshot, but it's awesome. So, you take his UK titles and he earned titles, so and medals, etc., being that he was in a war zone twice. But yeah, the US Air Force, nice seal of improvement or of approval. That's it. A nice seal of approval for Better Up and Harry, of course, because I'm sure that is a main reason that they came. So, what media has started in on her? Oh my goodness. Whenever there's a lot of news about Harry or Meghan, mostly Meghan, there has to be something that that family is really trying to hide and cover up. And so, you take it with a grain of salt. hmm That means let me be quiet because I was getting ready to say something foul. We won't do that today. It's a nice sunny day. Well, here it's sunny. No snow on the ground. For those of you who do have snow, I feel for you. Hook up babies. That's even a nice term in one aspect for what they truly, he shouldn't be creating baby mamas if he's in heirs. Now, see, back in the 1800s, if that child is older or decides, hey, I want the throne, he be done took out his other siblings. In the 1800s, they didn't think nothing of it. They should be glad it's not that way. Well, you got to have a conscience, I guess, to spew it, but it's all been given a green light. Otherwise, like Harry and Meghan didn't go along with the quote invisible contract where you wine and dine the tabloids. Does that make any sense? Because if you wine and dine the tabloids and you give them access, then they write favorable stories. Not that it's true, but it's just favorable. Hmm. Okay. I just want to say this because I saw it and it is so true. Please stop the lie that the UK welcomed Meghan. Please, if you see someone say that, just tell them stop telling that lie. Because when it was found out that they started dating, um, that was in October 2016, I think was the first article, straight out of Compton, and he's marrying into a gang family or something like that, or other headlines, and her exotic DNA. Those aren't welcoming headlines because when Harry issued a statement a month later, yeah, you weren't very welcoming to Meghan. So please, there was one day that it was peace on all sides, and that was their wedding day. Other than that, let's not pretend that it was any more than that. It was for PR purposes. They got the word. to lay off today since it's the wedding day and all the family will be there and blah 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 blah. We know the deal. We can see beyond and see through the bull. Um, let me tell you something. With 23 and Me and all these other um, DNA testing things, people can't hide their kids anymore. They can try. They just can't do it anymore. You know, doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I said allegedly. Um, Mrs. S, how long ago was this? It was about 12 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. You were too funny. How is your sister? Well, now you need to get your sister where she will, sub to the channel and then she'll know when I'm going live and then she won't bother you. Or if she does, she's at least sitting there talking to you about the topics and stuff. They can't. It's the stories. It, it is what it is. If it makes them sleep well, but they know not to cross certain lines anymore. And eventually, I do believe that all the secrets that the tabloids have been holding on to are going to come out one day. They are going to come out one day. I have a feeling, if Granny leaves here, yeah, them tabloids, because it's going to be a war between the father and the heir. Yes, yes. That's just my thinking. Just my thinking. Yeah, well, I hope they, feel some hunger pangs like other people in the country. I mean, to make their money the way they're making it is disgusting. Well, I'm glad you, well, heck, at least it wasn't a foreign word to you. I age myself here and there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sadly. And there are other segments. I've heard of other social media companies that are like really bad with regard to, you know, bullying and et cetera, et cetera. So I'll just stick to the one that, right here in the YouTubers. Um, yeah, she's really not. I mean, it says more about the person who wrote the article than the one that they were writing about, and you obliterated the one you were trying to prop up because how pathetic. You have to mention someone that they hate, which we know that they hate, who is thriving and doing so well and happy and, you know, with her 2 children and her husband and work and yeah. And I can't wait to see what else they have going for them in 2022. Is that what Hagatha, huh? Yeah, no. Well, she can play a mean piano though. That works, right? Playing piano over being able to read a speech versus giving a speech from the heart, because you can just stand and talk for a few minutes and not be reading from a script. I'm just saying. Oh my. Okay, there you go, Church Nelly. There you go, Church Nelly. Mm-mm. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. Yeah, they are. Sadly. Um, Prior to understanding all that was going on, the movie called The Queen, I watched that and it is involving notification of Diana's death and then what happened that week prior to the Queen finally. giving a speech, but it's just I was here in the US, like, screaming, like, why aren't you giving a little bit more reverence to Diana? This doesn't make sense." And then seeing all of the flowers and the people out there crying, and it was just like, "Wow, you're really going to pretend like she didn't matter?" But she's the mother of an heir and a spare, and, you know, it's crazy, it really is crazy. No, let them keep on messing with Megan's attorney. Go ahead, mess with the attorney. How dumb can you be? But go ahead and mess with the attorney. But I have to like, what does that do for you when you become queen consort? If you become queen consort, don't think that, divorce divorce happens quite often in that royal family. So, yep. I guess she's in it for the long haul. Accidents happen too. I'm just saying. One day it's gonna all come back to her. One day. I just see her daughter being a spitfire and really letting them all have it. So hopefully that is the karma that they get. Because I have a feeling them three they got, yeah, they're gonna be whirlwinds. Good morning. How are you? Welcome, welcome. If you haven't already hit thumbs up, please do. Thank you. Appreciate you. If you're in the clouds, come on out the clouds. Just say hi. Because it may come down to truly being like sub only chats and all that other stuff. Thankfully, it's been pretty quiet today. I thought for sure that I was going to have a whole lot of crazy going on, but I'm glad because then it just allows the mods to truly enjoy chat it up without constantly blocking. Although Nightbot's around too. Don't forget that, people. You get too out of hand, I'll rev up Nightbot like he was snatching wigs before. You called it a nest. Oh my god. Ah, hello, hello to everyone that has joined. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for spending time here. Yeah, they do. They do. But when you rather have positive PR than to allow some of the crazy stories come out, and it must be some doozies if they really rather do as the tabloids say. I don't know when that even became a thing, but it's like, okay, nobody, as I've always stated, nobody's perfect. So, yeah, I don't get that whole thing. Oh, yeah, when I left New Jersey, I left like January. Uh, what was that, 2005? And just prior to me leaving, it was 2 feet of snow. That was it. I was like, yeah, I'm done. No more snow. Not like that. I mean, if we get snow here, it's not on that scale. Yeah. We all have to just set the record straight whenever we see that. They never welcomed her. So oh it was fun to read through. Someone took the thread, the entire thread, and I guess there's this app that will bring it all under one heading so that way you don't have to click on the actual nutcases Twitter line. I have him blocked, so I wouldn't even bother. But yeah, he was. Hopefully, he's still being dragged. Yeah, another olive branch. Exactly. But it's like Charles is offering Harry an olive branch. For what he's done or allowed, it's a lot more that needs to be offered, but, yeah, guess he wants to look like he's the good guy. We all know better than that. Mm, yep, there you go. They are crazy. They are crazy. Um, Even more so. It pains me to know that it was Charles' suggestion on the choir. I think even on the violinist, or is he cello? He's a celloist, right? I think that was Charles' suggestion, and it might even have been with the one that presided over the ceremony or gave the. Yeah, but they've been welcoming. We don't understand why people say that we hate. We've been so welcoming. Really? Let's look at the headlines, people. Hey, Kenneth, how are you? So true, Vesper. So true. I yeah. Exactly. I mean, for the longest I was in the clouds and didn't realize exactly what was going on, but it was like to see all those people out there, and it truly was just the wedding day, and that was probably more so just overjoyed for Harry, but to see the car, people lining the streets even before you got to the mile, what is that, mile walk? Where everybody was on both sides of the road, and it was just people from as far as you could see. It was just one day. We all kinda got caught up in that, but yeah, reality came crashing right in and broke up that, you know, "Oh, look at this, they're so happy for them." Yeah, whatever. And now when you if you look at coverage of it again, and when those certain ones stood on the top of the steps at the church waving by, yeah, you wonder what was really going through their minds. Especially that one that was nearly trying to wear white. Yeah, just saying. Excuse me. Took a big swallow there. Um, well, I mean, the queen always has that sourpuss look on her face. Oh, and somebody shared on Twitter again, and I had to crack up laughing. So you remember the one solo engagement that Meghan did with the queen, and the guy asked the queen the queen to give the flowers. He's like, "Here's for you, but these please give those to Meghan." Oh, I laughed every time I watched that. That also was a beginning of the end too, I'm sure, but and Megan was not even had nothing to do with it. She's over talking to another group in the crowd, and yeah, it's just funny. Anytime they try to say they were welcoming, sure. Mm. Oh, okay. You know what? You're too funny, Mrs. S. You are too funny. It's all right if you get an interruption. I know you say it's not, but it is all right. So, unfortunately, for those, especially those that it's so hateful. It's amazing the amount of do not recommend this channel. Do not recommend this channel. That if anything pops up that I'm like, who is this? Yeah, I'm like, nah. But it is true. Yeah. Well, she can. She plays a mean piano. You didn't know that? Oh my gosh. Did you say old jazz hands? Yeah. Hey, facing reality. um, she's worked too hard for the public to love her, which I don't think the public really does love her. They just tolerate her. Um, I laughed when they finally announced an engagement. I was like, "Oh, Charles wore down his mom and dad to get approval to get married." I mean, and mind you, it's really just on the Queen's approval, but yeah, it was pretty crazy, but they don't understand it, so 'tis life. Oh yeah, and they even this week they, pranced out pictures. I guess someone is surfing one of the IG accounts of Randy Andy's daughters, and she must have shared some pictures of her child, and they were all, "Oh, well, look at this," and something about Megan, and I'm like, "What does Megan have to do with her sharing pictures of her kids? Stop it. Just stop it. Either say who she is, this is her child, isn't this a cute picture, or just move along. Don't say anything at all, but don't bring Megan into it." It's just like, stop already. Most people ooh and ah over a kid, but maybe I'm wrong. Church Nelly, you're still picking pine needles out of your wig, really? Oh, ooh, she got frisky in the Christmas tree, huh? Oh, okay. I think we all could sit with our fingers on the keys and make it look good if we really needed to. Besides, I only saw the pictures from it just showed her back, so I didn't see any video, don't care to see any video, nada of that scenario. All she needed was that gold dress sitting at the piano. Liberace 2.0. Okay. Just saying. Mhm. Mm. Those 3 kids are gonna be a trip. I just see it coming. 'Cause it's just the society is evolving, but also social media has changed the game. They're gonna be more involved in that than even their parents, so yeah. Because obviously if, the heir was smart, he wouldn't have even started this campaign on trying to take down his brother, let alone his brother's wife, so yeah, that's gonna be very, very interesting. Hello, that sex toy lady. How you doing? Thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I don't think I've ever seen any of the episodes of that show. Didn't one of them sadly get killed by a stalker? Or am I wrong? Wrong show. I could be wrong. I don't know. Hello, good afternoon. How are you? Well, if you think about it, most well, the owner of the fail is a lord, so he's in the House of Lords. That's part of the government, right? So, yeah. It is not all that it's cracked up to be when you look at those that try to, again, give the appearance of being so perfect and upstanding and all that other stuff. He was dried because he said something he shouldn't have said about Megan, of course. So he got a good dose and he's getting it. He's getting it. Hey, Reba. Hold on a second, everyone. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see. By the time the future finishes giving Harry olive branches, he'll have his own olive oil company, so to speak. Yeah, by the time he finishes giving them. See, Mac, that's true. That's true. They really, I don't, they really would have lost their minds if Megan had been just even the pigment of her mom. They just, yeah. I mean, they were acting worse than most human beings would in the year, what, 20, um, 19, 2018, the year 2000. Nobody should be upset over someone who they marry. Man, woman, child should not be upset over who two adults decide. I love you, mind you, as long as they're not related to each other. I'm just saying. All right, moving along. Harry's the one who, for his insane sister-in-law, would try to tell his brother, "Hey, hey, come back with the umbrella. She's standing here. Your wife is standing here." There was some picture, I don't know where they were, and it was pouring rain, and the air walked off with the umbrella, and Harry's like, "Yo, come back, get your wife." Never would have happened because we have those pictures and we see how Harry told that guy when they were in Australia, and the guy wanted to offer him his. He goes, "No, my wife's got, my wife's got it. Come on now, too much." Uh-oh. I hope you're all right. Oh no, Hilda. I hope everything's okay. But hi, I'll reach out to you via IG. I just want to know that if everything's okay. Yeah, he does need to offer the whole. What's the estate that they have? They each over there in the UK, the heir and the heir have like 3 or 4 properties, but everybody was so worked up over um what is it? The Frogmore. It wasn't the Frogmore house. Frogmore Cottage, that's it. Yes. Former um staff quarters that had to be refurbished from head to toe and top to bottom and modernized, but yet that was all, a tizzy, but yet a non-working royal is living in the home allegedly. So, but no, nobody's all up in arms because hey, it's the right pigment. I have Mary. I like to see them go after him because I'm like, really, you're really bot sentinel. You're really going to go after a guy that's IT who never went after anybody anyway, but you all came after him and now he's okay, troll nation, have fun. It's only going to be the end of you. So, uh, let me tell you something. I even hate that I watch certain stations because I should have watched the US ones. Although they did have, so-called experts on there, but we didn't really need them. We didn't really need to know about the history. We didn't really need to know anything more than that. Mm, yeah, and all the knives have come back to get them, and or they will be. Is she wearing white, Anna? I've seen that done a lot. I've seen a couple of things on Instagram that has happened. So, um, hold on one sec. Okay, sorry about that. Everybody wants my attention right now. My lord. I think that's pretty white on white. I didn't do it, but I doubt that any of the bridesmaids are trying to be the bride or want to be the bride. It's a lot different when you have a crazy craze that wants the brother-in-law. Yeah, we're not even going to go there, but okay. Moving right along. Ugh, that's so disgusting. Yeah. They will be, but they're going to be so American. It'll be beautiful. I just hope that they're able to live their life and not still be caught up in all the crazy that's going on. Like the cousins don't try to, the UK media is still not talking about this family in 20 years. Like, really? Come on now. It is pretty. I have seen some weddings pulled off with everybody wearing white, but to each his or her, decision. And the bride, that's what she wants. She must have a vision for it. So, hey, more power to her. And I've seen where some brides will have their bridal party wear all white and then they usually wear another color, whether it's red, pink, black, purple, whatever it might be. You'll have to send pictures to me, Anna. Yeah, it was Charles' suggestion. And the rendition that they did was beautiful. I will give them that. But yeah, it kind of saddens me to know that that was all just like PR. See, we're welcoming. See, this is what we're doing. And then you have the headline, oh, that was the blackest royal wedding. And it's like, it had a lot more life to it than the boring ones that you're used to. That's really the difference. I won't say it's the blackest, but it was definitely had more life. More life and more love. It wasn't just people going through the motion, like a wedding that was after Harry and Meghan's where the groom couldn't even look at the bride, which I still, to this day, wonder what the hell was that all about. Okay. Moving along, moving along, moving along. Oh, Lord. Let me. Sorry about that. Let me get through. So, Anna, make sure you get pictures and send because I'd like to see that. Uh, they cannot write a story. Yeah, sadly, they can't. Yeah, but that disco ball dress would have been perfect for the piano. I'm telling you, Liberace 2.0. Hey, Nova Real Show. Yes, that it just would have been the perfect wind up for her, saying that she's this great. Yeah. Well, that's true, and it probably will, and nothing that can be done at this point because it's out there, and he's gone on. I thought he was doing an HBO special, maybe not. Maybe that got canned. I don't know, but yeah. Maybe they all would have dropped, and I'm not going to say the word, but maybe they all would have dropped, and then that would have just been beautiful, and we would have had King Harry and Queen Meghan. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. He didn't even have the umbrella over his children. Hey, Corinne, how are you? Whew, how far back? Oh, I'm not too far off from the comments. Y'all know how I get lost in these comments. And now I'm getting several interruptions, so I'm going to probably wind this down. Um, just wanted to quickly. Oh, okay. All I can say, I'm just quickly moving through the comments, is in your travels, in your whether you travel outside the country that you're in or whatever, just be sure that you are safe, please. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. She got engaged on Christmas Day and her, excuse me, and her bill is about 30,000. Well, that's easy enough to happen. It's very easy to do. Very, very easy to do. Mm, I don't know if Archie or Lilibet will even acknowledge the UK media. Like, why would they even acknowledge them? I mean, now I'm seeing articles, which you may all have seen, that Megan is looking at houses. They're looking at houses to move. I'm like, why would they be moving from where they just moved into? That makes no sense. But it's a way of churning another story. So if you see those, don't be surprised. So yeah. Please, some people spend 30,000. That's just for flowers. I'm just saying. It can happen very quickly. Very, very quickly. So, all right. Mm, oh, good. I'm glad Charles didn't have anything to do with that because he was awesome and he's been thriving too, as his family. Very talented family. He comes from a very talented family. All of them play and they're very down to earth and just lovely. So yeah. Christmas wrapping paper, God. Can you imagine? All right. I don't have anything else. If you all don't have anything else, I am going to wind up. Hey, Forks and Chopsticks, how are you? Well, I mean, why relocate? I don't see that they're going to be moving. It's just, I saw that and I was just like, another way to twist Megan's name into stuff. So happy Sabbath to you. Exactly. So I don't know. If they do, kudos to them, but it's not going to. And they deserve to have as many homes as those royals over in the UK do too, don't they? But they don't need all that. That's just not them. So that's just not them. But yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. I think I have reached almost to the bottom of the comments here. And I am going to, ah, well, yeah, an only child. I relate to her as an only child, but yeah, there's only so much, and especially now because the party, wedding, invitees, and all that can only be but so big because of the pandemic, etc. I don't care what restrictions have been lifted. Common sense would be that you don't have 500 people gather together, but that's just me. Anyway, yeah, get a nice little beach house somewhere on the East Coast, maybe. Yeah. Um, yeah, craziness. All right, everyone. Wow, an hour and a half already. Thank you all for coming in. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you all. I hope we get some really, really good news coming out this week for some project. You know how we're just like hungry for something really, really good to come from Harry and Meghan. I do believe we're still on the Invictus watch. I don't know if we just have to take that day by day because things can change quite drastically between now and April. So I'll just be saying, just be mindful and prayerful. Yeah, that would be nice. Although, doesn't a certain former president live in Palm Beach? Oh, maybe not. All right. I'm not going to bring him up. Okay. Menopausal Moonshine Minnie, you have a wonderful day, Church Nelly. Yeah, that's where they need to. I'm sure they can rent from somebody up there if they really wanted to. The maintenance on houses on coast and all that, they need to just focus on less security in that regard too. All right. Everyone, have a wonderful day. Thank you again for coming. I appreciate you all. Thank you again, Black Queen, for the super sticker. You all be well. Wear a mask. Stay safe. We'll talk again next Saturday. Look for some uploads this week. And I'm just going through the last ones. Okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take care, everybody. Bye.